Looks like we're just about to get started. What are you looking for today, Alu, in today's race?
That is a good question. I want to see a little bit of a longer seed. I mean, we've been seeing some pretty quick ones from these guys. Like most of the crystal dungeons having the value that they need for progression. So I kind of want to see something different. And we are getting started here with a quick map check. Green Pendant Vanilla. We have Crystal 6 in Desert, another crystal up in Hera.
That is correct. I think that's the second time we've had a pendant going on in Eastern in this race of 3.
It's just getting bodied by these guards here. Having a bit of a tough time. But he'll be doing fine. These guys are still synced up.
And it's always nice to find some cash on the uncle.
Yeah, that's early Zora money or, bottle merchant money, bomb money. And there's the power gloves. Holy smokes, that's a nice thing to start off with. Now, no bombs as of yet, so hitting up the back of Escape not gonna really work out unless, just a single roop.
Nothing but money at the 2 starting locations.
Yeah.
All right, so I think it's going to be, they've been kind of neck and neck in their running the past few races, and it's no surprise that they're basically, again, doing a very similar gambit to each other.
Yeah, we have actually been seeing them take very, very similar routes, and not just that, but strong routes. Like, ones that get you through the game very quickly.
Ooh, and our cheap rupee pull is 80 rupees.
That is pretty awesome. The rupee crabs here, the hoarders with 5 rupees, not too bad either.
Yeah, it's 5 times better than they normally are.
That's right. Full heart at the Lumberjack Cave. Probably not going to be driving these guys towards fighting Aghanim, but that does not count our boy Aghanim out.
Most certainly does not. And last race we had Christos see a full heart in the Lost Woods here, and he just went ahead and skipped it, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have something similar to that. I think Christos was setting up the tier 3 prize pull on the tree, but ended up taking damage, so he can't do that now.
Yeah, and these two players are in round 1 of the bracket stage of this tournament, the final stage of this tournament. This is the Sweet 16, the top 16, and so this is a critical game for these players. The winner of this game will move on to the round of 8. So they gotta be moving quickly through this seed. They gotta be making the right gambles.
Oh, I like what Christos did here, pulling the extra 80 rupees here, even though he took damage, just to make sure that he's even closer to Zora money, where Z4T0X already has that.
Right, yeah, Z4T0X did get it from Hyrule Castle tree pull. And interestingly, Z4T0X farming a bomb there under that rock. I didn't even know you could do that. That's really cool.
There is one more location that I just learned was a 50-50 bomb pull.
Yeah, that's amazing with those early gloves taking advantage of that. While Christos checks out the tavern and is inevitably going to buy bombs here.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a time save that ends up giving Z4T0X. It's good, and there's a chance that he'll find more bombs in these next 5 chests, if not a few more. He might drop into the well.
Right, we're not seeing too many incredible items here in Blind's house, but we'll see if this bomb paid off back here. If he finds more bombs, then he can continue and go to that well, like you said. Not great, just 20 bucks.
Just heaps of cash everywhere they go.
Now, we did find the magic powder in the chicken house, so that's a nice safety item and may unlock the magic bat at some point. Only a piece of heart from the bottle merchant, and Christos is making his way to the well, which Z4T0X will now have to skip. Well, I guess he could have gambled it, but he chose not to. So we got ourselves some bombos, Vitor.
Yeah, I love me some bombos. Still can't do anything with it yet, but it's always nice to have those clues.
You need a sword to do it, and we just found something else. The mirror. Are you kidding me?
Well, for all our narcissistic players out there, they'll be able to see themselves.
Considering the last 2 seeds had Swamp Palace as pendants. It's kind of fun to see that mirror here early. We didn't have to go into Swamp in the last seed, but that was an important play. But that mirror can speed up things, like you can mirror glitch out some of these blocks that ChristosOwen is pushing here. I don't think it'll save you a lot of time here in Blind's house, but
It's a few frames, not a whole lot there.
yeah. You'd have to menu to it, so you're losing some frames there too. But when you go to the dam, you can do one visit. And when you go up to Death Mountain, stuff like that. But that does open up Tower of Hera immediately. Can't kill Moldorm, no sword, no hammer. But that is an available location if they sequence break the logic and go through Death Mountain.
Right. Now that rock that Christos just picked up there is another 50/50 rock. That's always a great one to pick up if you have any type of lift upgrade and you're starting at the house.
Just being able to react to having these early power gloves is really amazing to see. Like, that's why these guys are top tier runners. They know this game in and out. There's that mirror glitch in the dam for a 10 bomb upgrade. Christos 3 rupees shy of getting Zora money here. So we may see the fake flippers there, because pretty likely they'll find something in Mini Moldorm.
Absolutely.
And there's his rupees right there. He's going to go ahead and pick them up. Did see only a 5 bomb upgrade in the library, and Z4T0X gambling on the race game here yet again. He's been making this play.
Now, I wouldn't necessarily fake flipper even with 500 at this point. You're really going a long way for one item location when there are a lot more higher density areas you can be going to.
Right, but it is in the logic, notably.
That it is.
You have the power gloves. Christos getting sandwiched here between a couple little mini Moldorms. Got to be really careful.
Yeah, any bit of damage and he will just be...
Oh, that was his last bomb!
Uh-oh.
It's the same as being dead, basically, because he cannot continue making progress there. He's gonna have to save and quit and go somewhere else. That is unfortunate.
Well, we do know that Z4T0X regularly skips that place, so maybe it's not so bad.
There's our first bottle in the back of Escape, and the D! Whoa, huge play from Z4T0X here. That will inevitably lead him to Eastern Palace, which is a green pendant, but honestly, all the more reason to do it.
Absolutely.
And Christos now going with those bombs he bought from Lake Hylia shop. He is heading to Sahasra. Needs to watch his health yet again. Getting dangerously low, but he should be fine.
Yeah, if he can get inside of Sahasra's, he'll get 3 hearts for his trouble.
Yep. Three items here. There's a mushroom. And a tunic. Nice.
And that tunic's going to make him very happy on his low hearts and being dangerously close to death everywhere he goes.
Absolutely. And I think we're seeing the back of Escape play from Christos. He'll probably be a little annoyed that he will find the bow here. Kind of have to double dip that eastern area. But he could take the rock lift path to get there a little quicker.
That is true.
Z4T0X making that play for Eastern. The green pendant makes a lot of sense. 4 items can be gained here. Now, we don't have the lamp, so we'll have to do it in the dark. The second dark room can be a bit tricky, but honestly, these guys know what they're doing. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, I have faith in them. Christos might make a play back for Mini Moldorm Cave, but it looks like he's just going to go straight out to Eastern himself. The Mini Moldorm play would be a little bit easier now that he has the bow to back up his killing Moldorms with bomb strat.
Yeah, he has a few more bombs, too. We did find the Moon Pearl, by the way, in the first chest in Eastern Palace, so that was a big play from Z4T0X.
That puts us a glove upgrade or a hammer away from Dark World access. The
Man,
hammer
we're finding
gives
a lot of
us-
stuff quickly. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say the hammer gives us guaranteed that we don't have to kill Aghanim.
Good point. Yeah, if it's the mitts, there could be a hammer at the Pyramid Fairy, which is always a fun thing to see. Or I suppose to get to the East Dark World. Moon Pearl for ChristosOwen. These guys know exactly where those money drops are under those pots, so they both picked them up there. More good knowledge of the game.
All right, so when you're in Eastern Palace, you have a little bit of time to think because you're walking through here. You're going to be picking up chests. What is your next potential play? And both these players, I'm sure, are going to go ahead and kill Armos Knights and take the Sahasral item because they're right here. But what would you do right after that, Alu?
I feel like Escape is a really big play here. That or maybe Death Mountain, Tower of Hera. The thing about that play that I don't like is that since it's a crystal and you don't have a way of killing Moldorm, it's a bit weaker. But you could find one, like a way to do that there. So it's not bad, but I kind of like the Escape play a little bit more.
Okay.
How about you?
I think I would actually probably go back down south and finish up the Moldorm route, Mini Moldorm, maybe Ice Cave. You have the Moon Pearl now, so now you can get the the Waterfall Fairy chests.
That's definitely fair. You can with good conscience cash in the mushroom too, but that is a bit out of the way. Since we did find the powder, it's not like they will have to think about doing the magic bat glitch.
Right.
Z4T0X makes his way through the dark room and
Besides,
guess he's trying to kill the enemy.
yeah, he's going for the kill, or
Oh, I think he just wanted the hearts because he was low on health. And there's Sank Heart in Eastern Palace. Neat.
always a welcome item before you go into the last dark room of Eastern Palace.
This dark room can be tricky. You really need to know your stuff when it comes down to it.
Yeah, you have a few strats. My preferred one is to walk in and shoot arrows vertically, move to the right until you land one inside of the well, I think we missed it, so maybe it's time to reset the room. Because the longer you spend... No, he got the key. When did I miss...
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
I missed the kill.
Very nice.
That was fast. I thought he hit another... what are they, popos?
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. These guys don't mess around when it comes to this game.
That
Get
was
it done quick.
legit.
Christos trying to find that Igor. Oh, I think he found him. I think he found the other one. I don't.
Yeah, he's
having
resetting
trouble.
the room. That's a smart move on his part if he missed the Igor.
Yeah. Now the thing is, those enemies actually stay where they are. If you room transitions, you have to
Okay.
be pretty careful.
He's got the Igor. He's got to walk up until the Igor moves.
I think some Popo is like getting in his way.
There we go. He's got the Igor.
Down to a heart and a half. Needs to be quick. Oh no! That's a death from ChristosOwen there.
He might have a
Z4T0X
fairy.
polishing off. Oh, that's clutch. Z4T0X
Z-
polishing off Armos there though, and grabbing that
Very
green
clean
pendant.
fight.
And Christos is through. So
Luck-
at least
Yep.
he doesn't lose too much time here.
Yeah, that fairy really saved his proverbial bacon there.
Absolutely, and we're gonna turn in that green pendant right now and see what Sahasrahla provides us. Just a piece of heart. Maybe we'll use that green pendant later.
Well,
Oh,
there's a
yo, this
strat.
bomb strat
I've
did
never
not
seen.
work out though completely, but it was cool. I liked it.
It was a good idea.
Zatox now heading towards the dam and probably Mini Moldorm Cave. Could make the way over to Agana. But I doubt it.
I don't know. He does tend to like to go for the gambles, and Agana would be the gamble in this case.
That's true. That could be a cool play. I mean, when you were up against, you know, top players, I mean, you're a top player playing against other top players, like, it comes down to those gambles. Like, it really does. So if you go one way and your opponent goes the other way, you know, maybe you come out on top if you find that item that you really need.
Absolutely.
But here we go. Zatox says, all right, let's actually go to Mini Moldorm. Let's do it. He skipped this twice in a row, but no more. And I think Christos is going back.
Yeah.
With Moon Pearl, you can actually do like fake flippers and do the whole, you know, circuit there, which is nice.
I believe we just saw a hammer.
Oh, baby, we got a hammer, folks. We are going to be able to get to the Dark World now. Zatox deciding, no, I don't want to hit up Ice Rod Cave. I'm going to go with high density and maybe put that hammer to the test. Very nice play. Christos really needs to get this done. All right, sweet.
He's in there.
Now the question is, what is Zatox doing? He might be going Village of Outcasts, but he might also go Sequence Break up Death Mountain, because with Mirror and Hammer, you can access East Death Mountain, you can access Hera, you can kill Moldorm as long as you get the big key in the first 2 chests or locations.
Absolutely.
There's a lot to explore up here.
I think I would personally just go to like Village of Outcasts and hit up Value Woods.
Yeah, I think I would probably make the play on Hype Cave real quick, because I'm a sucker for Hype Cave.
Hey, might have hype one day.
Hey, we had plenty of hype earlier in Hype Cave. There is no denying that in some of these matches earlier. There was some super crazy hype. That's how we get world records around here.
That's true.
Zatox using some hammer strats to get through this old man cave. Got some bomb strats from Christos. Having a little bit of trouble. Zatox makes it. Christos having a little bit of trouble here. Could not quite get there. I think he's going to go cut his losses and head to Hype Cave now, because he wants to keep those 2 bombs.
He
2 bombs for Hype
does.
Cave. Yeah.
If you get lost in that cave, I think most people don't go off the beaten path. You have no idea where you are.
Absolutely. And having only the hammer and no arrows in his quiver, like, bombs and hammer really is the only way of getting through there, or knowing where he is. But we are seeing the Hera play from Zatox, I think.
Oh, we gotta check. Skullwoods and Thieves Town are our other pendants.
Crystal 5 and Turtle Rock. Uh-oh. Probably lowers the chances of having a Pyramid Fairy thing, but we'll see. There's Ether in Hype Cave.
Okay, Hype Cave had 2 items.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and a heart. A whole heart's always welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. When it's this early, you wanna be finding those hearts. See a red roop here in Hera, so that's 1 item of 2 down. Now the question is, will we be able to continue Hera? Is this a small key or the big key? And it's the big key.
It looks like we
Keep
can
making
keep rolling.
progress. Get the crystal. Christos heading west towards Old Stumpy, and he can check south of Haunted Grove and the Digging Game with the rupees he has. If we find the mitts, he might even be able to walk right into Village of Outcasts.
Well, that would be awesome.
How about a sword, Vitor? That seems
I'd say that's
awesome.
even better.
Oh man. First sword, less than 20 minutes in. That's amazing.
Only beat by their last game where they got the first sword within seconds.
All right, so there's the second item in Tower of Hera. Z4T0X, not counting here. Going for that big chest. You might think that there's an item hidden in the basement, but 10 arrows and 20 rupees is it.
Well, sometimes when you walk away from the regular small key location, you just like write it off as the small key or something, and you don't even remember that it was an item. I've fallen into that trap many times.
I have too, yeah. But there is a crystal here in Hera, so it's not completely worthless. We are gonna need to do this to beat the game. And we have Hammer to take out this Troll Dorm pretty quick. Full heart from the digging game. And Christos could mirror and then head up to Village of Outcasts this way, I suppose.
That's not a terrible way of getting there. I don't think he checked the, maybe he had. I was gonna say, I didn't think he'd checked the race game or what's inside of here.
That's right. Good routing here. Getting these in there.
Not too bad, but he didn't actually check the race game.
No,
so.
he didn't. That's a mistake, I think. But anyways. Checking Sick Kid, maybe?
It's a good time to route it in. He'll probably then... I'm pretty sure he'll go to Skull Woods next.
Value Woods, dude. It always has that special something for you.
That's right. 50% of the time, it has something all the time.
Exactly.
And Z4T0X finishing off the spiral cave over here.
Yep, gotta walk through this one, but it's not too bad. You do it while you're here. A lot of items to check here on East Death Mountain. Definitely worth. Floating Island did not seem to have any value either, so... Still looking for some stuff here. Plenty of stuff. Rip Spiral Cave. Only a piece of heart. Here we go, into Village of Outcasts area in Skull Woods, potentially. Probably a little disappointed to see those pendants there, but it is what it is.
Yep, we're gonna get to see the Big 7 on East Death Mountain at the same time.
Yeah, I'm actually maybe a little bit surprised to not see Christos or maybe even Z4T0X go straight into Pod, because they have Mirror, they have Hammer and Bow. It's a crystal. I feel like that's a really strong play right now, but
that does sound like a really good play. But there's got to be something in Value Woods.
Yeah.
It could even be this next chest.
Oh, the mitts!
Or it is.
And there's the Cane of Samaria for Z4T0X up in Death Mountain. So I guess both of these guys.
Wow.
Both of these guys getting some value here. Very nice. You know, now that we have Kane and Hammer and we know where Mitz is, like, we're basically at a point where we can go to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, except for the fire rod and...
Well, that can block you, but maybe we'll find the fire rod there. You know, like, there's a chance. There's a chance.
That'd be funny. Oh, when those Gibdos get caught in that statue, they're in a place where you can't hit them with your sword for some silly reason.
Oh, it's rough, but I think he's doing fine. We'll just say that he's setting up the Death Warp. Gets the big key, gets grabbed. Z4T0X hitting up that hype cave. Gonna find Ether, which could be important. We have two medallions that we're gonna need, or at least one that we're gonna need.
And a stun device to check out the stun prize pack, although I don't know if any of our runners are going to do that until they get to Ganon's tower.
Yeah. Christos setting up this bomb jump. These troll dorms are just like camping out there.
Maybe he's setting up the death warp? Nope, he just wants to save and quit out.
Yeah, decides not to follow through on this. Where to now, Christos? You gonna go back up the mountain?
See, I think I weirdly would have, if I were doing the ending of my routing at near that point, I probably would have checked the graveyard ledge as well. But, I mean, that's just one more location. It's kind of out of the way, and that's the closest you're going to be for a while. But it looks like he's maybe heading back towards Thieves Town.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I guess he wanted like a health refill, and he has mitts, so he can get in here pretty easily.
Yep, we got a full heart on top of the pyramid. There's full hearts
nice.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So this
Here we
like...
go. Yeah, Z4T0X going to pod now, I think. I don't know if I stole your thunder. But...
I had no thunder to steal.
And we're gonna be going through this lampless and fire rod list, so gonna have to clutch out like the turtle room and some of these dark rooms in here, unless we find the lamp in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah. I don't know if this is generally my first play. Like, I probably would go the Christos route on this one. You don't want 0 fire going into pod. It's doable. Oh.
Well, you would be well rewarded with that Quake medallion. We don't know if that's required, but that's a nice find for sure. All the medallions means you don't have to worry about searching for one later on. So
yep.
That is definitely some comfort.
0 checks on either Meyer or Turtle Rock. You know you can get in. That's actually a huge relief.
It is. It definitely is. But we're still looking for a bunch of items. We need Fire Rod. We need Ice Rod. We need Hook Shot. We need Flute. We need some stuff here. Maybe boots.
Oh, you always
and
need boots.
We do need flippers as well. So lots of stuff to look for in this scene.
And it looks like pod was not bow locked, even though our players already have the bow. Also of note, neither of our players have done the front half of Escape.
That is interesting. I mean, I guess they're going for dungeons, basically. I mean, I guess Escape is a dungeon.
Very technically.
Yeah. That might be something they route in with Pyramid or something like that, but I guess Z4T0X already went there before he came to pod.
Yeah, so at this point, any trip there for him will have to be solely out of the way to get there.
It would be like Pyramid Ferry, and that's Turtle Rock and Desert Palace, which Desert Palace could be boots locked.
Wow, that would be a wonderful time to go check Escape.
I think they probably check that before they do those things.
Alright, so Christos is set up for cash for the whole rest of the game now.
Yeah, that's really nice. And Z4T0X approaching these bow-locked items. Some keys. And the big key. Okay, that's nice.
See if he makes another play straight for Helmosaur. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, last game he skipped the rest of pod and went straight for Helmosaur King, and that paid off big time since nothing was in pod. He got pretty lucky there.
Yeah, I don't blame him for not doing that right now, considering he'd be going swordless into dark rooms with no fire.
Yeah, not the best. I mean, you could use like Red Cane to navigate, or like the bow, or hammer, or I guess he has the red ring. Oh, and there's another sword upgrade, speaking of swords. In Thieves Town, that maiden chest. It's a nice find. And we're gonna check the big chest as well.
Wow, Z4T0X finding the lamp, so dark rooms are no longer a problem.
What? That's crazy.
Little pod lamplight.
That's so convenient.
That is super
I
convenient.
think that was there in like the last race or something. One of the last races. Maybe it was the Pryor versus JSR race or something, but it was like exactly there.
And Blind's pun for the day. I caught a tap dancer's routine and then I didn't see the rest of it. I tried.
You did try.
And a perfect blind.
Beautifully executed. Piece of heart as the reward. And a blue pendant. So, no crystal progress being made for Christos. Really the only thing here is if pedestal becomes a thing, or we need that Quake medallion, which was in Thieves. That's pretty early on.
Well, the one upside, though, at the very least, that he got Sword out of the deal.
That's true. The sword is pretty big. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, because...
Especially if, like, Ether Tablet comes into play or something.
We have tablets. We also have any extra swords that the two of them find. Christos will be one up on Z4T0X with. So it's not a huge loss. It's, I mean, a bit of a loss.
Man, I'm sure Z4T0X is breathing a sigh of relief after finding that lamp. Like,
absolutely.
Doing this turtle room completely in the dark can be so painful.
It's something of a nightmare. And to still be swordless coming into this, you're gonna have to watch your arrow count, or you're gonna have some fun with the hammers on Helmasaur King after you've knocked his mask off.
Absolutely. Do you see ChristosOwen picking up that frog? He'll probably be doing some slow hammer pegs here and turn that frog in for some value, hopefully. He does have the mitts, which is his advantage over Z4T0X right now.
Absolutely. A lot more of the game open to him. Both an advantage and also not an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we do know Christos does need to head up to Death Mountain, but finding the ice rod here is an amazing thing.
That is huge. That is one very big item to pick up at this point.
Yeah, not having to worry about that is amazing.
It's also in a location that's generally not checked as often.
Right, but I mean, like, if Z4T0X goes for anything in this area, like, I imagine he'd check it, I guess unless he doesn't do Skullwoods first.
True.
Basically.
Christos has a choice here.
Since he already has the hammer, there's a higher chance that he'll probably check that item, I think.
Alright, so Christos is going to go and check his magic bat while he's here. A lot of good routing. He'll be able to save and quit after dropping off the powder and go drop the purple chest off. Z4T0X
absolutely.
Going for those hammer hits on Helmasaur. That is... He's got his rhythm now.
Yeah, that's brave, but he manages to pull it off and is grabbing a crystal here. Second crystal.
Is that what I thought that was? Was that silver arrows?
It was indeed silver arrows, Vitor. Wow. So now we got our bow loaded with silvers. I don't know. I think Christos is gonna have to hit up Pod soon. Gotta be thinking about that, taking that bow to Helmasaur.
It will make very quick work of him.
You might also see an Agana Cave check while Christos is in this area. Might be a decent way to route that in.
Absolutely.
We don't have Flute. Can't really get around very easily. But he likes to save and quit. Now Z4T0X going for Village of Outcasts, I think. Doesn't actually have as many options, honestly, because he does not have those mitts.
Well, this movement from Christos is reading very much Palace of Darkness.
Yeah. I don't know where else he can go in this area, actually. He's done Eastern, he's done Sahasrahla, including the Green Pendant.
He could be going to check that tree.
I guess he could go to Catfish from here or something. That would be random.
He could. I don't. There was a statement in the chat that Christos might be tilted from his darkroom earlier. I don't think so at all. I think it was he realized that he was lost in there and didn't want to waste any more time trying to get his way out, and it's easier just to go do something else instead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And once he finds the lamp here in Pod, I'm sure that will give him the confidence to go up Death Mountain, and we might even see the Dark World chest. Can't get Hookshot Cave stuff, but we can check the 2 in Super Bunny Cave, and I guess he might think about going into Turtle Rock without the Fire Rod, because he will find Red Cane up there. That could be a play. That's an interesting one.
It would be a play, but I mean, if it is Fire Rod locked, at least you'll be like turned away relatively quickly.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Pryor and JSR, who had their final match today, they had a Fire Rod in Mimic Cave and Boots on the east side of Turtle Rock. So, like, crazy things have happened, man, in this tournament already in this bracket stage.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it actually happened. So Z4T0X did get the mitts, and he is pressing on in Skull Woods. We know he's going to find a big key here, Vanilla, and then may return to check the big chest, which only has a small key. Cannot make further progress here without the Fire Rod. So then the question is, does he dip into Thieves? Where is he going next? Does he manage to get his Ice Rod out of Hammer Pegs? Some stuff to do here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He could also head over to the Graveyard Ledge for one item.
That's true. That's something we haven't seen. Maybe check Bumper Cave Ledge. Even though we can't collect it, could be important information.
Yep, looks like he's definitely walking back out of here.
Definitely. And this could also be a pedestal seed. We have... Really depends how Desert is configured here. But, like, Boots could be on the... Oh, wait, Boots can still be on the pedestal. Why am I looking at Desert as a pendant? Eastern was our pendant.
Yes.
And Skull Woods and Thieves Town.
Absolutely.
So those are like pretty simple to clear. You just need a Fire Rod, actually.
Yeah,
You just need a Fire Rod and we can pull the pedestal. Christos has 2 pendants.
Yes, he does.
Is he playing pedestal right here? Like, I don't know what's going on.
He's doubling down on pedestal. Well, in a second, as soon as he finishes this dungeon, he'll be at crystal parity, which is what you're mostly concerned with.
True.
And depending on what Z4T0X
No,
does...
Not crystal parity. He didn't do Hera yet.
Oh, Z4T0X, you know what? That Moldorm just doesn't show up so brightly.
Yeah, that's right.
Regaling us with the Hammer Yump to speed up this portion of pod checking. Although, Christos probably could have saved time by just going up and getting the lamp first. And not having to navigate this dark room.
Yep, in this case, the hammer jump kind of hurting in a way, but he's getting through the dark room really well. I mean, these guys know what they're doing.
Absolutely, but it's one of those, if you could see, you would just, like, you wouldn't have to hold out your sword and basically crab walk through the room.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just funny. It's super funny that it's happening this way, but I see the value in routing this way. Just doesn't work out. So now the question is, what's Z4T0X doing? Is he going into Thieves? Does not appear like he is going into Thieves. And might be going for those Hammer Pegs right away.
Yep,
which might mean maybe we don't see dwarves from him.
Straight for Hammer Pegs and nothing else.
Hey, he'll get the Ice Rod, so we know this is a strong play.
That is true. Unless he's going to go back and pick up the dwarf after. I've seen that from 1 or 2 players. It's not an ideal pathing, but it is certainly something you can do.
He's well rewarded by clearing all those pegs, bootless. And Christos is through with the back of pod. Did get that lamp. Sure, a little bit annoyed, but he's doing fine. Does not have the red cane, cannot do. And Z4T0X about to get his silvers, so that's an awesome play for Z4T0X. Now the question is, will he go for the dwarves and the purple chest, or will he gamble somewhere else? Because, I mean, we still know that Quake is in Thieves Town, so that could be an important item.
That is true.
Without on that could be trouble. Or that sword upgrade. If another sword upgrade isn't available for a while and it's required to get a tablet or something, then that could be huge for Christos here. Pulling out the mirror now. I guess hitting up, I mean, this makes sense, going to digging game first.
Right, because you don't want to be walking around. Probably going to go with the South Dark World, maybe. Pick up the purple chest after dropping off the dwarf. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, that could be good.
And as soon as Christos is done here, players will pretty much be at parity minus Christos not going up to Death Mountain just yet.
That's right. Absolutely. Now the question is, where does Christos go? I mean, do you think he goes to Death Mountain now that he has that lamp? Is that the logical play?
He'll know it's in the logic that he can have it. I think that would probably be his play. He can go up and around and check the entirety of it. Plus he has the gold gloves, which means he gets to check all the, well, 2 of the Dark World chests as well.
Yeah. And we know he's gonna find that red cane up there, so it'll be progress. Z4T0X finally getting that first sword at Old Stumpy, so good stuff for him. Missed out on that in pod, unfortunately, but he managed to do okay anyways.
Yeah.
And Christos starts back at Link's house. Are we maybe doing escape? Is it time for escape finally?
Sounds like it's time for escape.
Wow.
Is it time for escape for both of our players?
43 minutes
No.
in, are these guys both going to escape? No. Okay.
No.
I think there's an interesting route here, and Z4T0X might be doing it. Like, I was thinking about this, but you could actually do, like, the whole fake flippers glitch route, and consider going into Ice Palace as well. Like, maybe don't go to Zora, but, like...
Oh.
Go back for Ice Palace, like after you do Waterfall Fairy Cave. I don't know. Something like that could be interesting to see.
That is, yeah, that's definitely something that can be done. It's definitely fake flippers.
Yeah, not going to Ice Rod Cave. I don't think we've seen that from either of these guys.
We have not. And this is the very least going to be the hobo check. It might also be... Nope, it's not ever going to be the hobo check.
Yeah, but there's a bottle on Lake Hylia Island. We already have a couple here.
We have 2 found so far, yeah.
I don't think these guys are going to go out of their way to get that. Nor can they, actually, at the moment.
I think Christos knows that as well. He jumped into the water when he picked up bombs to see what was there.
Okay.
And Z4T0X, remembering that you have to leave the cave with the Moon Pearl once to be able to have your walk on water set up.
Christos finding a spicy map in that bloomerang vanilla chest, moving towards the Zelda cell item. He already has the key, so this is going to be some sort of item.
Yep, and that also means that our middle room has an item as well.
And using that mirror can get back to start and go get it immediately, so good play.
Nothing on the ledge in Zora's domain other than quarter heart.
Yep, and we're about to see what's at Zora. King Zora could be the key to making some progress here.
This isn't key sanity. They don't. He doesn't have a key.
No. Well, I was hoping. But it's just a 10% value refund. Z4T0X says, okay, I earned this. Might as well take it. And we're going to see what's in the sewers here. It's 20 rupees. Ouch.
Yeah, so not much going on. If Christos starts at the Sanctuary, I'm sure he's finally going to be going up to Death Mountain now.
Very logical play for him. I mean, he could do Hera. Now that he has that fire source, he knows for sure that he can full clear it.
Yep.
Z4T0X taking that mushroom out is going to actually turn that in. We found that quite some time ago. So this could be big.
That'd be great if that turned into something.
It's out of the way. It's an interesting gamble to make.
They've had it forever.
Something to do. Yeah.
He's dropping off his fairy.
Very interesting. I guess
That's...
wants to get a blue potion.
Yeah, it's better to have a magic refill with your health refill.
Yeah.
And with as many hearts as they have, he should be able to manage not dying before using it.
The flute is at the wit! Wow! A lot of players will be like, I'll wait till I get the flute to turn in that mushroom.
That's the
so
worst.
Crazy! Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's huge for Z4T0X. Yeah, I imagine he's activating that immediately. Good mobility item and gets him to the Mire area, which he can full clear Mire at this point. Assuming it's not Quake. Still hasn't found Quake.
Absolutely.
And Quake is like the first chest in Thieves or something, so...
It was in Thieves. Might have been the second chest.
Yeah, something like that. And if you can get into Mire here... Oh, but they don't have hookshot or boots.
That's right, but they can go in.
They can go in. Oh, man. But we do have, like, desert available in here, too. We can check out some of desert. Maybe we can clear it. And we also have checkerboard in the Mire shed. So lots of items to look for there.
And that's immediately where he's going to.
Why not? You just found a big item there. With the witch. That's huge.
You might feel behind because they've had that for a while, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You don't know if your opponents, went ahead and dropped that off, and now they've had the flute, they've been here.
I did not see what was required for Mire. I don't know if he really checked it. But we're in the shed here, bombs, and a piece of heart.
Alright, Christos counting his items, knows that he has both items, or he's skipping one and got one. He's gonna go straight up there. And it looks like Mire is Ether.
Ether, okay.
So they are set to go in there.
But again, hook shot or boots. Maybe we'll find boots in desert. That would be convenient.
That would be awesome.
Maybe they'll be in Dark Death Mountain, which Christos will inevitably check here.
Yeah, if he's up here, that's exactly where he's headed.
Now, did we see the desert ledge?
Yes, we did. It was like an arrow upgrade or something.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, Z4T0X fluted in, jumped off, and then fluted back to the spot to go into the Dark World.
That makes a lot of sense. We are boots locked in desert, and this is Crystal 6 or something, so... Oh, man.
We could still find those boots here.
We definitely cannot anymore.
we are very much boots locked.
Christos about to go open up Turtle Rock. Oh, baby. But he doesn't have the red cane yet, so... He's just taking this path to get to the Dark World.
Doesn't have the red cane yet.
Yet. And we're gonna see Agana from Z4T0X, another location here that we can check that has been available since pretty much the start of the game. Just need to get a bomb.
Ooh. It's got some vanilla stuff going on here.
Yeah, looks like we've got Quake and Ether as a requirement, so lucky for Z4T0X, he will not have to step a foot in Thieves Town unless Pedestal is required.
No, to get into Turtle Rock, he's gonna need to step into Thieves Town.
Oh, I am thinking about the wrong medallion. Nice. Good job, me. We did it.
It's turned sideways.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he needs to get his butt over to Thieves Town at some point. Boots!
Boots!
What? We're actually in Super Bunny Cave. Huge play. Z4T0X looks like he's heading to Ice, though.
Ice had the value last game. Do you think it's going to pay off a second time?
I don't know. This is interesting. I think Fire Rod and Ice Palace could be really fun. Maybe hook shot at the pedestal.
That would always be fun. All right, and Christos not going to try and hover.
Not going for it. And does pick up the first chest, though. That can be progress.
That can totally be the hook shot sometimes.
Absolutely. Looks like Spiral Cave. He's going to be able to get through this pretty quickly since he did check Dark World first. That is super fortunate.
Yeah, that is a huge... And he still gets hit by the Bari.
That's funny. Seeing some Bombo strats here in Ice Palace. Good weapon to use here. Finds a piece of heart in the first chest, and he's continuing on. This is full clearable, but again, we're not going to find the flippers here because fake flipper did. So,
right,
like you have to be kind of cautious about that, but maybe it's fine. I mean, this could pay off big time, or it might be a dud because of that fact, since we haven't found flippers for quite some time.
Nope, we are looking for flippers, hookshot, and the fire rod at this point.
Definitely. Question is, will Christos make the play on Turtle Rock? I'm really interested to see if he goes for it.
Maybe? I don't know. That's a big play. It is something to think about, like, you're going to waste a little bit of time, but you're going to know really fast if Fire Rod's in there, because you will not be able to get too terribly far.
Exactly. There's also an opportunity to go to Spike Cave, but it looks like deciding not to do that. Pieces out, grabs the red cane. Now where to?
I think he's gonna do his boots and then probably head off to Meyer, would be my guess.
Oh yeah, well, he doesn't have flute. He needs to turn in that mushroom.
Well, I guess that he will not head to Meyer because he does not have a flute.
That's a good guess. He could do Bonk Rock's King's Tomb into turn in mushroom. That might be the best time to do it.
That would be an excellent time to do it.
He can get there pretty quick. Yeah.
Or he's completely forgotten that he has the mushroom because he has powder over it.
That's another option.
But let's not wish that upon our runners.
You said it. Yeah, flute on the witch is one of those tricky things that it's just like, you really don't want that to happen. Did find a key in the Freezor room, so without the hook shot, that makes your routing through this dungeon so much better. And come back up here and actually get through this door and check some of these hammerlock locations.
It looks
Christos,
like...
I think, is remembering.
Looks like Christos is going to go drop off that mushroom.
This is pretty awesome for him. He will be able to get into Misery Mire.
Yeah, I agree with this. Is the closest he's going to be here for a while.
When else do you even come here? Yeah, I don't actually know when you get a chance to come here. And with the boots, you get a little bit more confidence to make it over here because it's like...
The only other time you'd come over here is if you had flippers and you were doing the catfish route.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, you can also do it from Link's house and go south.
Yep.
And yeah, there's like a portal there that kind of connects to this area pretty quickly, but you kind of have to be wanting to do the mushroom in the first place to do that. So Christos is rewarded here with that flute. We're gonna certainly see him go to Mire and Desert, which he will be able to full clear both of those dungeons.
Right. So I'm gonna go back with my previous statement. He's gonna go straight to Meyer after activating that flute.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now that's 2 crystal dungeons. It's good progress. It's everything you want and more.
And Z4T0X is running out of options here. He may have deduced that there aren't any more items here because there's map and compass. Did he get the...
Depends on how many keys he's picked up from chests.
I think he made a mistake there and didn't open the big chest. But hopefully he can go get that on the way back.
There's not much of a...
It's not a good way back.
Yeah. Like, there will be a way back. Oh, no, he doesn't have the hook shot. He'll have to bomb jump for a way back.
Or he could just gamble that the item is here or at Cold Stare.
Yeah.
Yeah, this iced tea room is so hard to route in, and there's a map there. That's unfortunate. Christos has elected to do desert first. It's the easier dungeon, makes sense.
Absolutely. There's not really much he can find in here that's going to make Misery Mire all that much easier, other than maybe a sword.
Or like maybe a fire rod.
Oh, you don't
do
need
like
a fire
Mire
rod.
2 pretty quickly. I don't know.
You don't need a fire rod.
I like Mire 2. Strats, leave me alone!
No fire rods for you.
Oh.
The secret is there is no fire rod.
Is there not? I'm like, what?
I'm just kidding.
Confirmed in V28, folks. You heard it here first. We're starting to get rid of some items.
I'm not going to tell you which, just randomly gone.
I won't spread more lies.
Why you say these things?
Bombs in the big chest. And I think there's one item at Landmo.
Yep, because we found big key, map, and compass inside the dungeon. Landmo definitely has our last item.
Here we go to the Cold Stare fight for Z4T0X. This is a tough one with Fighter Sword. Do you get to use the hammer?
Yep.
It's gotta be ready for this one.
I've never seen going up into the corner, essentially, and then waiting first. That's not terrible. That sets up good timing for your first hammer hit after the bombos.
Yeah, and he was trying to group them together with the sword spin there. Spider Sword does do damage, but it doesn't do very much damage at all.
Well, I think it only does damage on a spin attack.
Exactly. Hammer will do tempered sword damage, so definitely worth.
Yeah, this is a pretty clean fight for Fighter Sword.
It's beautiful. Well done.
I think he only took 1 hit, maybe 2 in that.
And he lucks out with 5 rupees at Cold Stare here. Well done. Gonna bust out those silver arrows for Land Molus here. Clean. Man, beautiful fights from both of these players. And there's the flippers! Whoa!
Oh, wow. So we are 2 items away for go mode for Christos and about 4 items for Z4T0X.
Absolutely. Looks like Z4T0X is running out of options. Needs something to do, so he's gonna go back up Death Mountain with those mitts and search for some progression, and we know he'll find some in Super Bunny Cave. Could make the play on T-Rock. Oh wait, no, it's Vanilla.
Yeah, he can't get in there.
Oh man, that's gonna be rough. He really needs to get to Thieves at some point. And Christos is going right into Mire. Makes a lot of sense. Has everything he needs to clear this and clear it quickly. Does have silver arrows with that bow to take care of Vitreous.
Yep, the only thing that he won't be able to do quickly is the vanilla big key chest. But that's probably not that big of a deal. Oh yeah, we gotta count the sword in that for things that he needs to pick up.
True. I mean, he doesn't have to, but it's nice, right?
No, he needs a sword, or else he can't win the game.
Hook shot! In
Wow.
Misery Mire. Boots required for progression in Mire.
That's just crazy.
That's
so
insane.
Christos just searching for that fire rod. And yes, it's possible. No, it's not.
It's not possible to be
It's
on
not.
the pedestal. So Pedestal Dream is unfortunately dead, folks.
And so is the Pyramid Fairy.
Yes, indeed. So I think we're just gonna be seeing some dungeon clears from these guys at this point. I think Christos will go to either Swamp or Ice Palace next.
Absolutely.
But,
It could
I mean,
actually
progress
be...
could be Hookshot Cave where Z4T0X is right now. I don't know if you were about to say that, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it could actually be back up in Hookshot Cave. There's a few overworld locations that they could check. Still open to them. There's the Graveyard Ledge.
Good point.
Has either runner checked Agina?
Yes, Z4T0X did check Agina, not worth. I think it was bombs or something. I don't know. Maybe a piece of art.
I think we also have the infamous Ice Rod Cave.
Oh yeah, and we have the flute to get there quick.
That we do.
Catfish, I believe, is on the table.
Catfish is certainly on the table.
Did they check Bumper Cave Ledge? We don't have
Z4T0X
We
did.
don't have the cave. Okay, he did.
Yeah, he checked it. I think it was just 20 rupees.
Vanilla Big Key here in Misery Mire. Z4T0X knows that this is a logical play now, and it is here. He has completed Ice Palace, so keep that in mind.
He absolutely
He has not
has.
completed Desert, which Christos has, and we know the flippers are there.
Yeah, my guess is right after this, Christos will probably just go into Swamp Palace.
I think Swamp's a solid play. There's 6 items there. It's a required dungeon. You have everything you need to complete it. I've personally seen Fire Rod there a lot. That doesn't discount Ice Palace, but we know it's not there. Could be in Turtle Rock as well.
Is discount Ice Palace something you can buy at the store?
I would like to. Can you make that available at the shows? Looks like Vitreous has our last item here in Mire.
But after getting Hookshot, what could be more hype?
The Fire Rod.
That would be
the go
hilarious.
mode, basically. A sword wouldn't be bad. I mean, like, especially for Z4T0X, that would be huge.
That would be. And yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm pretty sure Christos is like he's of the mind that he is probably prepped and ready to go ahead and finish this with the Master Sword, but he's not going to be upset if he finds it before the Fire Rod. If he finds the Tempered first.
Oh yeah. Finishing the seed, I agree. Yeah.
But I honestly think he's the type that once he gets the Fire Rod, is not going to open any unrequired chest.
Yeah, just ones that are like immediately in his way. Like, for example, the push block in Swamp. Like, pretty much everybody picks that one up because it's like right there.
It's seconds to check.
It's free, basically.
Although people seem to skip the Ice Palace, like, 2 Freezor Room chest, and I feel that that's in the same vein.
I agree. I think it depends if you have Fire Rod or Bombos, for me, personally. It's like Bombos animation can take a while.
Yeah.
But it is, like, literally right in your way. You've got a point. Kind of whatever comfort level it is for the player. If they feel like they want to try to find something good, then they go for it.
And Vitreous holding Blind's Heart there.
How did you know? These dev tools, I'm telling you.
I just know it was a randomized heart and not the vanilla vitreous heart.
What if it was, actually? How mad would you be?
I couldn't tell you how mad I would be. I would be devastated internally.
Well, I guess Christos didn't check checkerboard. And
No,
then I
but
guess
this
we'll
is
finish off with Agata.
excellent time to do these things in the area.
Or just kidding. Peace.
He's gonna peace out, and it's either swamp or ice. And this looks like
swamp. Maybe.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Again, higher item density. And this is probably the right play, considering we know what's in ice.
That's true.
Whole lot of nothing. So with this play, I would consider Christos ahead, but Z4T0X isn't far behind. He has already completed ice
That's true.
as well.
The only things that I would say are putting Christos ahead right now are the sword and Wait.
Yes.
But once he finds Fire Rod, he'll definitely be in the lead. If Z4T0X finds Fire Rod first, it's going to be a very big toss-up on who ends
It's
up
going to
being
be
in the lead.
really interesting to see who comes out ahead on this one. I mean, I think another big gamble that can be made is, you know, once he does go to Thieves Town, go into Turtle Rock. I keep saying it, but he does have to do that first. And then we got that mirror ledge north of Graveyard.
That's true.
That's a pretty big location too. But yeah, big key here in the first chest in Swamp, so that's nice. You can check that early so that if it does have your go mode item, then you can just go mode the dungeon.
So I'm pretty sure a few people did frame counts of doing this dungeon, like going all the way to the end and killing the boss, and then coming back and cleaning up chests versus going all full left side with the big key somewhere before left side and the big key somewhere after left side. They timed them. They timed them all out, and I believe the final verdict was it's fastest overall to just do the left side on your first entry into the dungeon.
Okay then. But we've seen so many players in this tournament, especially when they're one item away from go mode, doing the more item dense area of the dungeon, and sometimes that can pay off.
Yep, it can pay off until that one time that one item you need is in that part of the dungeon.
Exactly. Sometimes we see players skip West Wing of Swamp, and their go mode item is there, so it's a toss-up. What do you do? What's Christos gonna do here? Let's see.
Well, I think if he finds a map or something here, he would definitely go left, but he didn't, so looks like he's gonna go to the end of the dungeon first.
Yep, we have found 2 items here in Swamp already. So it could be that all 4 of the items are here at the end, and map and compass are on the West Wing.
I think if you found, like, getting the big key early and being able to check off 2 items really does put it that there's that high probability that both map and compass could be on the left-hand side. So this, I kind of agree with this play.
Yeah, I think it's a strong play. Now, if you don't find it here, I feel like you gotta go West Wing, and there's our red mail. Very nice find.
We know
We did find a compass, though.
right, so one item is definitely on the left, on the West Wing. Ooh, and if Vidi doesn't have anything, if Argus doesn't have anything, you're gonna sit there and really think, all right, if I go back in, do I do left side or right side first of the West
True.
Wing?
Well, I don't think it's that bad. We have hookshot. Like,
You do, but it's still a bit of time, right?
it is. It is.
You'd rather just get the item. Then again, if the map is here, you know, just do both of them.
Having this Master Sword here is really nice.
Yeah, when Z4T0X gets over here to do this, he's gonna have to either switch to hammer or do the full spin strats, which is slightly faster than menuing a whole bunch.
Yep. It's not too bad, but 2 slashes gets the job done pretty quick here with Master Sword.
Absolutely. Oh.
I was excited for that. I was
excited too.
But we got silvers here, so I don't blame him for pulling that out instead. And I think Z4T0X is making the play on Swamp now. So will Christos leave 1 item behind in Swamp Palace? Let's see.
Ooh, that's tough. I don't think I would do it. I think if you need 1 item, the amount of time it would take to come back to this dungeon, because you'd have to redrain it, refill the second room. No, it's too much of a time loss if the fire rod is in there.
I agree. And he agrees too. He's going for it. West Wing for 1 item. Will it be the fire rod? That's the question of the day. Otherwise, where are we going? Where are we going, Vitor? Where are we going?
We're going to Ice Palace after this. Is where we're going.
Well,
if we're
Christos is going to Ice Palace for sure. That's a good point.
But
where's the fire rod? T-Rock? Spike Cave?
T-Rock would be awesome because it's the last place our runners would expect.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. Cause I don't like Z4T0X is a bit of a wild card around here. I don't know where he would go after this. He's done ice.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna find some new territory. Although the thing is, he still needs to go to Thieves. Like maybe Thieves will be on his mind.
I think that's where he goes after this because he has some overworld, a little bit here and there, but not much.
Now he can go do Hookshot Cave.
That's 3 items, and what Thieves is 4 items. So maybe you'd prioritize Hookshot Cave first.
But then we know he won't be able to immediately go, even if he finds the fire rod, he won't be immediately able to go into T-Rock.
True.
Because he doesn't have the Quake, which is in Thieves Town. So he's got to really make that Thieves play soon.
And it was not vanilla fire rod. The big chest in Skullwoods was like a bomb upgrade or something.
I think it was
no, it was a key. Yeah.
I think there's still 1 item remaining in Skull, but no one's gonna get it at this point. Well, I guess if Z4T0X is somehow still looking for a sword, maybe.
All right.
But 20 bucks is our final item in Swamp. Ouch. That was a long trek for a red roop.
But the wellness of mind.
Agreed.
And it looks like Christos is gonna gamble on Turtle Rock.
I'm surprised. Maybe this is Spike Cave. No.
This is a Turtle Rock gamble for Fire Rod.
This is crazy, dude.
Well,
this is an amazing gamble.
I don't blame him. It's partially a gamble, right?
Oh, you get Hookshot Cave. That's the point here.
You get Hookshot Cave, but if Fire Rod is in Turtle Rock, you're in go mode. You just come out after Turtle Rock and you do Ice Palace, and that's it. Otherwise, you're full clearing Ice Palace.
Right. But then you have to climb the mountain again. Like if it's in Ice Palace, then you just get to climb the mountain once. You know.
You do, but the
know it's not there.
Terrible.
But like,
yeah. But the mountain climb isn't terrible compared to all of the crazy stuff you're gonna have to do in Ice Palace.
Right. Absolutely. Really interesting. Going for these 3 items, I don't blame him. It's a high density location.
I think it's these 3 items, and he's gonna go into Turtle Rock next. I think he just goes in.
You think he just goes in? No,
I think he does. He might Spike Cave on the way out. Like, you go into Turtle Rock, you see how far you can get, and then go to Spike Cave as a last resort.
Yeah, he's already opened it up, as I recall, so he can just go right in there right now.
Yep, that red cane says, I'm doing this. And Z4T0X is opting to do West Wing first.
That'll save him some time. As you said, it is a few frames faster or something.
We'll go with. I'm gonna lie and say it's like 13 frames faster.
That's a lot
'Cause
of frames.
I don't actually know how many frames. No, that's the sequence
We're
break police.
Done here in Turtle Rock. Sorry, Christos. That's a big key.
That's
Well,
actually
at least
not
he
bad.
knows.
Yeah,
at least
he
he
is.
knows.
He can mark off after he gets the spike cave here. He's like, I'm done with that mountain. I know that that's not going to be sitting in the back of my head the whole rest of this time.
Absolutely.
Because the worst thing would be full clearing Ice Palace or checking some other overworld stuff and having the fire rod just have been in Turtle Rock the whole time.
That would have been pretty awful.
Yeah.
That's what this game can do to you sometimes. Put it in the most unlikely location possible.
You end up full clearing the game and it was right in front of your face the whole time.
Z4T0X picks up the red mail there. And there's a tempered sword in Spike Cave, so well worth Christos' time, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to make hitting up Ice Palace a lot more pleasurable.
Absolutely, and that's yet another sword that's kind of out of the way. They only have one more sword upgrade available, and Z4T0X needs one of them.
Oh, we're doing at least a check on the Ice Rod Cave.
This makes sense. It's kind of down to the wire, right? Gotta knock out these out-of-the-way locations. Tempered Sword and Spike Cave already paid off. Why not do another out-of-the-way location?
This has been the seed of out-of-the-way
What?
Okay.
Go mode for ChristosOwen from the Ice Rod Cave.
Wrong stinking cave, Rod.
Got him.
So that's been available to them from the beginning of the game.
The beginning of the freaking game. That's amazing.
They have had access to that go mode item the entire time.
The entire time. Oh my god.
And I don't see Christos opening a single chest in this dungeon.
No,
Not a one.
He even got his tempered sword in Spike Cave, which is incredible, right? Like
he's done here.
yeah. There's no real reason to. We got silvers, we got tempered sword. This is Christos' race to lose now. Because Z4T0X still has to do a bunch of stuff. He also needs to shoot Argus with one of these.
There we go.
There we go.
Just took him a second. He was warming up to it, throwing some practice shots around the room. It's okay. Definitely was able to get Argus down.
I didn't realize this game had 2 arrow games.
It does. Let's never talk about the arrow game again.
I just wanted to remind you.
I remember. Arrow game.
Alright, where to, Z4T0X? What you doing? You gotta get to Thieves Town, you gotta get to Ice Rod Cave. Those are the places he needs to go.
It looks like...
I think he's gotta pull the trigger on Thieves.
I think Thieves is the best bet at this point for him. It's many more chests than any other place he can go.
Setting up that bomb jump in Ice Palace.
Yeah, Christos is
maybe
probably
not.
getting a little itchy at this point. It's game 3. He's tied.
Well,
The
he's been
nerves are
looking
on.
for the fire rod, did a full clear on Swamp Palace, and found the fire rod in Ice Rod Cave, which was accessible since the beginning of the game. I think you are nervous right now.
My guess is his mindset is, if I would have picked Ice first, I would have checked the Ice Rod Cave just before.
True.
And I would have been able to do these 2 dungeons in go mode. Granted, he'd be going to the end of the game with the Master Sword and not the Tempered Sword.
That's fair. We'll
But I-
definitely make this Cold Stare fight a lot faster.
It most certainly will. Wow, this should be pure NMG beautifulness.
We did see Z4T0X come into Thieves here, and he did get that Quake Medallion in the first chest. Still gonna keep searching, though. Check the first 4 and left. Oh, interesting. We'll Interesting to see if he decides to go for Turtle Rock or not. But he's gonna miss out on the Sword and Thieves at this rate.
He most certainly is. He's not gonna have he's gonna have to get at least one sword upgrade to be able to finish this. And we know where 2 of them are.
Well, him busting out the hammer here gives me confidence that he's gonna go for Spike Cave now.
So at least
I think makes sense before going into Turtle Rock if that's what you're considering.
Yeah. Because if you can find Fire Rod just before it, please do.
Yeah, which was actually the opposite of what Christos did.
Yeah, but Christos is an umpty.
True. But he just grabbed himself another crystal, his 6th crystal. Now he just has to do Turtle Rock. And then we're in G Tower.
Yep, and he already has the big key. He'll check the right side because he does need to find 1 small key. If he finds 2 small keys there, and 1, he'll be able to steal the pokey small key. And then it'll be just a little bit of a ways away from go moding the end of the dungeon. Might be able to skip the entire laser bridge too.
Absolutely. That is Master Sword for Z4T0X. 1 more piece of the puzzle down for him. Still needs to get over to that Ice Rod Cave though, to get his Fire Rod. He's got the flute out, but now he's checking the bonk locations. This makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
He hasn't done it. And we know Christos already has the big key in Turtle Rock, since he dipped in there. So this could potentially be a really fast Turtle Rock if we find a bunch of keys early on.
Absolutely. You want to find basically 3 small keys upstairs, and then you can just steal the pokey key and go straight to the end. And with his setup, should be really quick and easy to kill Trinex.
Ooh, is this it? For
It looks like
Z4T0X?
Z4T0X is finally checking the Ice Rod Cave, which means he's going to get into his go mode as well.
And he only has Turtle Rock to do at this point, so this is heating up.
Doesn't Swamp? No?
Go mode. And he already did Swamp, right?
When did he do Swamp? Oh yeah, he did do Swamp.
He was in Swamp when Christos was finishing up.
You are correct. I was just, in La La Land for a little bit, which I believe is in the Adventure of Lolo.
Well, there you go. And half magic Fire Rod locked here. I mean, it was so hard to get that Fire Rod. But you get a reward here in Turtle Rock for finding that one.
All right, so we have Z4T0X right behind Christos. Gonna be about half a dungeon behind.
Yeah, something like that. That's why it said half on the screen.
No, that's the magic.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I love that strat.
That was amazing. That was
Isn't
so
that
good.
beautiful?
Gonna still have to search for 1 more key.
Absolutely.
Based on how things worked out here, but got half magic for it, so maybe it'll kind of even out.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty stacked climb for Christos, being a sword up.
Being a sword up is huge. The difference between Master Sword and Tempered is enormous, especially on Ganon. Like, even if you have the silvers, those first couple phases just take so long. So painful. Even on this Trinex fight that's coming up.
Absolutely. Pretty sure Christos isn't going to gamble on the big chest. We'll probably take a quick dip outside to open the big chest and check if it's a small key.
Yeah, it's interesting that you can actually make some gambles here, even if you're in go mode at the end of the game.
Second best RNG from the Pokies there.
Not bad, not bad. Polishes them off quick. Z4T0X gets the big key in Turtle Rock. About to get that half magic as well. Now, do you think Z4T0X might check some of these other chests for a sword upgrade?
If he does, I expect him to only check the laser bridge.
That's
and
fair.
he'll probably check the big chest, like, because if you're, you know, but he won't be checking the big key chest.
No, like, mimic cave play.
Probably not. Can't imagine that you'd do that.
Yeah, with how much these guys have been avoiding Ice Rod Cave, I think Mimic Cave might be out of the question.
Well,
right.
it's the sheer amount of time you lose. Every mirror transition is like a few seconds of your time. And with how good these runners are and how good they know each other you can't be wasting seconds on transitions.
Yeah, we heard in their last interview that in the game that Z4T0X won, he made the play on Swamp, which was inevitably the correct one in their position when they had a few options to choose from, because he's watched Christos and knows that Christos likes to shy away from Swamp and likes to go mode it when he can. So, you know, like, there is a little bit of a meta game when it comes to the top 16 here. Like, you kind of have to use all your information you can to get ahead of your opponent.
Absolutely. And with where the last key was, I can imagine that Z4T0X will be checking possibly that one last chest, because it's really, really close.
Yeah, why not? See if it is a sword. And there's still one more sword out there. Could be in G Tower, but it could also be here. It could be buried at the back of Skull Woods or on the pedestal or something too.
Got some one cycle Trinex going on.
Beautiful first phase. Christos' execution has been on point in Turtle Rock here. It's been so great, so smooth.
Ooh.
No, just kidding. I had to open my mouth.
It was like the perfect fight, except for that one slash. Can you fault him?
Look how fast he killed it, anyways. Like, Trinex didn't even have a chance to like get blinking in his belly.
His belly blinking time.
Right.
Don't mess with him during belly blinking time. All right. I guess it means that's that time where people enter plenty of numbers in chat and guess which chest in Ganon's tower they believe they're gonna find the big key.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we have the bot here on ALTTP Randomizer, but definitely get your guesses in. I'm curious to hear what you think is a good guess for this game, Vitor.
I'm gonna go with 3. I like 3.
Not a bad number.
And yourself?
It could either that basically means like it could either be on the right side or on the torch. Kind of traditionally what those could be. I'm gonna say it's 22 because I want to see some tile room action. Maybe give Z4T0X a chance to catch up if he wants to YOLO. But
well,
the single arrow might have put Christos well ahead, and the butter sword. That is a great location for that sword upgrade.
that is, and
For
Z4T0X will
Z4T0X.
be able to breathe easy when he gets here.
Christos still with a sizable lead here, going into Ganon's tower with no small key on the right. Kind of incentivizes you to go further in this direction. Z4T0X just approaching Trinex now. By the way, we have this intense race going on as we keep exploring Ganon's tower. Make sure you're following both of these runners, ChristosOwen and Z4T0X. Both incredible runners. These are our top 16, 2 of our top 16 runners. They're doing a fantastic job.
They are putting on one heck of a show, and mostly it's all for bragging rights.
Pretty much, absolutely. Hey, well, you know, when you get second in the previous tournament, you're trying to defend your title, and when you're a newcomer, you want to take that away from your opponents. So both of these guys are playing for keeps.
That is true.
Also, big shout out to Draco Falcone on the tracker and OPT Lawyer for doing a last-minute restream for this game. Thank you both.
And we're getting some Trinex kisses there on Z4T0X's side, but throwing the hammer right into him, being able to take him out pretty quickly.
Small key in the fire snake room. Now, I know you infamously try to mirror out after completing the rando room here.
I think that lost me a race, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it would have paid off this time. There's the big key in the randomizer room. So ChristosOwen chose wisely and is now heading up Ganon's tower. This is now for sure his game to lose. It's all about execution from here on out.
Hey, you know, it could have been a good route at some point. You do go through a lot of warps, and each warp is like, I think, 2 seconds. That you're just sitting there doing nothing.
For sure.
Okay, it looks like Z4T0X isn't even checking the right side, which is
super unfortunate for him. But maybe he's going for like a Dark Magician style strat where he goes to the Stalfos room, mirrors out, and then goes right side. So like, hopefully he'll do that, because missing out on that tempered is gonna be a real problem.
Yeah, it's gonna burn his bumpkin on this.
His bumpkin? Oh baby.
Yeah. It's the bag that he carries on his side for all the items.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
I'm just making that up. I have no idea.
Okay.
So not killing anything. Oh, I was gonna say maybe he was doing Dark Magician because he didn't kill any of these Stalfos.
Yo, the snipe. 6 snipe from ChristosOwen there in the gauntlet. Really clean play. Oh, I have to open my mouth and ruin everything.
He's doing really good in the gauntlet here.
Look at this!
And then just getting
What
wrecked
did
by
I
his
do?
Stalfos. Why do you
What
do
did
this?
I do? Alright, Landmo 2. What did I... I just burned his bumpkin.
That's true. Is there any other great plays that you'd like to mention of his?
So we're approaching Troll Dorm 2. Oh man.
And Z4T0X 3 warps away, maybe 2, depending on how you count them, from getting his big key. Probably gonna open the other 3 chests though, given that he still only has Master Sword.
I think it makes sense. But he's missing out for sure on a sword here. There's no way he's going right, I think.
Oh,
Like,
not a
it makes no
chance.
sense. Got a shield upgrade though. That's kind of nice.
Although that transition to the mirror before he entered the room makes me think that he was planning on doing a special route that involves leaving the randomizer room and going right side, of which we have no name.
Oh my god, the Vitor dream route.
No. No.
Alright, here we go. Troll Dorm 2. I know ChristosOwen's execution is on point. See?
Go.
Easy. Easy.
Yeah. Just so long as he stays on the platform. And a free heart in the final chest of the game.
I can definitely appreciate opening that final chest there.
Ooh, Z4T0X takes a fall. But he'll be able to dash straight through these. You always have enough iframes after falling to dash straight through that room.
Yeah, sometimes you see players just fall off the edge immediately and just go for that strat.
If you have enough hearts,
Not too
it's
slow.
actually faster.
Is it actually? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I think Scudge said that once, and not gonna lie, everyone believes Scudge. I believe Scudge. I
believe
trust him.
Scud- Yeah, if you said Scud said it, then I'm on board. I think the first phase might have been a double, because I think even though it looked like he hit a triple,
Yeah,
and
one of
then
them
he got
counted.
2 on the second phase, and then only 1 more. So, oh, I guess there was like a triple count or something. I don't even know what happened, but he's got him, and he's spazzing out like crazy. Probably worried about a .done coming in soon.
Yeah, he's probably. This is the time that you always look over at the SRL chat, and you're just like, There's nothing there yet. There's nothing there. I'm gonna type .done in there, and I'm gonna hope nothing bad happens.
Well, he had some struggles early on in the game, like Mini Moldorm running out of bombs. Like, he died in that dark room in Eastern, even though he had a fairy to save himself. He died there. There were a couple other times when things went wrong, maybe because of me, but it still went wrong.
All right, so he's gonna have 2 very quick 6-slash phases here, and he's gonna lay a few extra slashes in for fun. But he's already in phase 3, that quick, and he's gonna. I think Ganon's just not gonna do many warps.
Yeah, Z4T0X did have a nice landmo there, but Christos is already approaching phase 4 of Ganon with silvers, just 4 silvers. You knock Ganon out, easy peasy.
And a 0 warp Ganon.
That's amazing.
Is this even randomized? I think, did Christos get 2 in there?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did get 2 in.
So
he's 1 more. And that's it!
That is it, so long as he can stay on the platform.
Yeah, he's messing around a little bit. Yeah, I get scared when some players do that. But looks like ChristosOwen is going to advance into the top 8 with this win over Z4T0X. He has won 2-1 in this match. Really close match between these 2 players, and he takes the win here. He will move on to face none other than his rival, Ajneb174, also known as Ben, our tournament champion from the spring. They duked it out in the finals of the last tournament, and we may see a repeat here of that epic match yet again.
So we'll see if he's gonna come in and say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be great to talk to both of these guys.
Well, we're very close to having Z4T0X finish up here, so we'll try and get him here soon.
Very nice. Aga 2 there. This is going to be pretty close. Unfortunately for Z4T0X, it does have to do Master Sword Ganon, so this is going to take a little bit longer. You'll see the difference.
Yeah, he has silvers though, which will cut down phase 4 considerably. But it's always fun. I believe he did Master Sword Ganon in the last fight, in the last game as well.
Yeah, but he took that one. So I mean, we know he's capable. We know he's great at this. Really unfortunate to miss that one in Ganon's Tower though. That was that's a bit tragic. It's such an easy one to get too.
Yeah, that's probably, I think, one of the more free chests in the game when you get to Ganon's Tower. I think it's almost always the first chest that I check.
It's the first chest that a lot of people check, honestly, but he went for an interesting route, and it paid off with the big key.
It certainly did.
And he knows what he's doing here, so I think it's fine. Gotta watch the health, though. Got a blue potion, so he should be okay.
Yeah, and half magic.
That too.
The only thing is he cannot use the blue cane to protect him in this, because with the blue cane you can't actually charge your spins.
Yeah, we never actually found that cape, so don't really have that safety available.
Ooh, I like that little spin there, and he has the perfect spot to get the remaining spins in here.
Oh, that's so nice. I love that corner. It's my friend.
That's everybody's favorite corner. Doesn't matter what sword you have, that's your favorite corner.
Pretty much.
And he's gonna have a pretty free 0 warp phase 3 here. Which you always wish happens.
Yeah, I think these guys in their first match had a 0 warp Ganon as well, which is amazing that happened twice. That Stoops jet seed where Christos did get a world record for this version of Randomizer.
That was fast. It looks like we might be switching over to no. Okay. He got the first time thrown really far away on his recoil to like the most awkward angle possible that he couldn't get any silver shots in.
But he did get a nice double there, and one more, and that's gonna do it. Z4T0X has taken down Ganon, is dashing away and doing some bow dash strats.
You know, I did that once, and then I remembered not to do that because you can fall off. Or he soft-locked the game.
Or he soft-locked the game. What did you do?
He has to shoot the arrow. That's all there is to it.
Okay. There we go. Okay, figured it out.
So,
that's
I don't.
GG for Z4T0X.
Did we have the official SRL time for Christos announced?
It was 136.22 to Z4T0X's 141.10. Epic match between these two players, taking one game apiece off of each other, and then Christos coming in with that first check on Ice Rod Cave at like the 1 hour and 20 minute mark.
All right, let's
Go mode.
let's pull them in here.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Yo,
Hello, guys. GG.
Yeah, good game, Z4T0X.
Yeah. Was not
I'm
enough.
surprised that I won, to be honest. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting
How about that Ice Rod Cave?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that freely available location the entire game. Both of you.
I mean, yeah. Like, my start was so bad. Like, so many things went wrong right at the start. Running out of bombs in Mini Moldon Cave, dying in Eastern in the Dark Room, the Eastern Gamble not paying off, and there was one other thing that I made a mistake with at the beginning as well. I forget what it is now. But
Oh,
yeah,
it was
I
the Dark
knew-
Room going up Death Mountain, maybe is what you're thinking
Yeah,
about?
oh god, that I wasted so much time there, and I just got stuck. I was like, right, I've got 2 bombs, I'm just gonna go to Hype Cave and do something different. I was like, I'm gonna cut my losses here. It reminded me of the match I had against Kyle, where things just started badly at the start. But this time I just decided, or like I managed to just keep myself together, rather than doing silly gambles and risks all over the place.
Well, you also did silly gambles and risks, and they got you the gold sword all the way at the end.
Yeah, where were the swords? One was in GT, that was free. One was Stumpy.
One was
Yeah.
Spike Cave, which you checked kind of late,
Yes.
which was pretty incredible. And then the last one was Deep in Thieves Town at the Maiden Chest.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess the start and midpoint of the race, I was thinking I've really not routed very well. I went straight into Thieves Town after Skullwoods, Pendant, and the only things there was Quake and a sword upgrade. So I was praying that Quake was required. I saw Maya before Turtle Rock, I think, and it
Mhm.
wasn't. And then when I saw Turtle Rock, I just breathed a sigh of relief. I was like, oh, thank goodness that wasn't a complete waste of time.
That actually did turn into one of your advantages through the match, is that Z4T0X took some time to come around to find that item. So how did you feel about the race, Z4T0X?
Well, I don't know. Some things were good, some things were bad. I know the, the sequence break into Ice Palace was nothing. I was really hoping to find Fire Rod or the boots or anything, but I mean, when I found the flute and the mushroom, that was a really good feeling. At this point, I felt really far behind. Well, not really far, but I felt ahead at this point because such a stupid location for the flute, but oh well.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I thought about dropping it off much earlier, but I was like, I'll wait until I get a flute.
Yeah.
It was
About
Flute Boots
that.
that saved me, so that I could route it with the bonk locations, and that was like the closest I was ever going to be to potion shop, unless I went to Catfish, and I was just like, let's just do this now. I kind of wanted to buy a potion as well, so.
Yeah, it was definitely neck and neck kind of in the mid game there where Christos, you had Quake and that sword upgrade, but Zatox did find the flute much earlier. And it was really the boots, I think. Once you got the boots up in Death Mountain, that was kind of the turning point because Zatox had already done East Death Mountain, but not the dark area. And so kind of leaving those
I
alone,
see.
and that was your only way into Mire, which led to Hookshot, which, you know, like that kind of all escalated.
Yeah, it just snowballed from there. Oh, okay, so Zatox, you couldn't do Dark Death Mountain on your first trip up.
Nope, I didn't have mids.
Oh,
Sequence
see,
break
okay, yeah.
actually backfired in this case.
Yeah,
I
shoutouts to Evil Ash. I took his mindset of when I messed up the Dark Room going up Death Mountain. I was like, right, I'm just not gonna sequence break the Dark Room here and play it that way. And it was quite fortunate for me. But that means you had to go around the mountain the slow way again, I guess.
Yes. You
'Cause,
immediately
yeah,
said,
boots on the east, which led to Hook. Right.
right, Christos, you immediately said, I'm not going to sequence break dark rooms, and then went right into Eastern and sequence broke the dark rooms.
No, I did that after, before, didn't I? I'm pretty sure.
No, you did it right after.
I'm pretty sure I went to Eastern before I went up Death Mountain, right?
Did you?
I'm pretty sure he did too.
Yeah, I'm pretty
You know
sure I
what? You know what? I would know better because I forgot.
did.
I'm just
But
kidding.
yeah, at that point I was like, not gonna. And then the lamp being in pod, I was ready to leave, and that one chest was the lamp. I was like, well, I guess I'm continuing because I didn't have fire on, and I was like, I do not feel like doing this with my current equipment. But I know Zatox really likes early pod plays, so I just felt I had to go there.
Yeah, and how about that full clear on Swamp? That was lovely for both of you.
I was really expecting fire on. Like, I was so sure. I had a double dip as well.
Yep, absolutely. Zatox did gain a little bit of time there, doing it on the first go, but it was still, yeah, that Ice Rod cave just kind of ruined both of you.
Yeah,
on
I think
that
I'm
one.
gonna
It could have
start-
been another really quick one.
Yeah. I'm going to start checking that after Mini Moldom, I think.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. This seed I actually played really kind of safe. Like I didn't skip a lot, except for Thief Stone and Dwarf, like I always do. But except for that, I kind of did like everything on my way, Overworld, and I don't know. But that damn Icewood Cave.
I think we were, well, at least how I played it out, I was kind of forced to search a lot of stuff. Like, I had to do the Smithy and Purple Chest and all of the South Loop of Dark Overworld. And I think, like, I was running out of locations to go. But I knew that the chance of Fire Rod being locked behind Bombos in ice is just so slim. So I was pretty confident that it wouldn't be there. So that was quite fortunate that that was the item I was missing. So if it was something else, I would have done a full clear of ice.
It wasn't kind of an icy place, but yeah, not Ice Palace, that's for sure.
Oh, Alec.
It was in a roddy place.
Well, I mean,
Hey.
it was a rod. I mean, where else is it gonna be?
True. One
Anyway-
thing that occurred to
oh,
me is that
okay.
I never checked Hobo at any point.
No, you did not. I think it was pretty much
And
You did
Zora,
nothing-
actually.
the graveyard ledge.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, but nothing's ever there.
I don't think either of you checked the graveyard.
Except
Except for when
when
it is.
Yeah.
So, Zatox, unfortunately, this is the end of the line for you, but tell us about your tournament experience and, you know, getting to the top 16 is an awesome achievement. You should be definitely proud of that.
Oh well, I was expecting to lose here, so I'm pretty happy I actually won one game at least, and that I got that far. And well, it was really fun. Thank you for the nice tournament. I hope there's another one soonish.
Well, we'll definitely have more in the future.
It's pretty nice. It's a lot of fun, like schedule playing a lot of people, and yeah, really nice.
Yeah, it's definitely really fun. Keeps the momentum going. But yeah, good games, Z4T0X. These are really tough. These are some of the most stressful games I've played, I think. And they were all very close, really. Like, given like the difference in time we could have had over 3 matches, like all 3 matches were pretty close.
Yeah, GG.
GG's, dude.
And Christos, your
Yeah,
next match.
We're not letting you go. We're not letting you go until we talk about this.
It's Ben, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
Ben.
This
It
is
is
great.
time
I
for-
can hopefully get my revenge.
Yeah, it's the big rematch, the first and second place of the standard tournament, facing off a little early, I think, but it'll be good. How are you feeling? You feeling strong about it? You concerned?
Well, I guess given my tournament so far, he's the person who knocked me out, obviously, in the finals last time. But every time I play Ben, matches are always really close, even just normal SRR races.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're always so close. So I think we have a very similar play style. And I know that he's been doing a lot of races and practicing. So yeah, it's by no means going to be easy whatsoever. So just going to try and play well and hope the gambles go my way.
Absolutely.
Well, we're gonna look forward to whenever you guys schedule that. I imagine next week sometime. So should be pretty hype for sure. I'm excited to see that. But definitely, both you guys performed really well. This was a close race here. We had a couple other close races with Z4T0X taking game 2 with some clever gambles. It was an awesome set, amazing set. So you guys should both be proud of your games here.
Absolutely. And everyone that's watching, make sure you, if you enjoyed what you've seen, definitely follow Christos, definitely follow Z4T0X. Please follow our restreamer, OTP Lawyer, and Dreco Falcone for the wonderful tracking that they've been doing. Follow Alucard because that man is a beast of hype that you definitely want to catch on a daily basis.
And of course, follow my awesome co-commentator and developer of Randomizer, VTorp, along with Christos and Carcat and Small Hacker and all those guys. They like to do fun things here on ALTTP Randomizer, so if you're not following the channel here and all the sister channels, 2, 3, and 4, make sure you're doing that because we have exciting matches happening all the time here. I'm sure some fun exhibitions planned in the future. Over on Speed Gaming, we are going to have a match between Mr. Barry Bonds and Kyong92, so they're going to be doing theirs at midnight Eastern time, so in little under 2 hours we're going to have that match go underway, and then we have a few more matches this weekend, 4 more planned on Saturday, December 9th. So 11 a.m. we have Furaim versus Gerdo. That'll be an epic one. And then we've got Wolfie 83 versus Cransoon. Oh my goodness. 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. We've got some heavy hitting players. Everybody's hitting at this point, but
Yeah.
and Amazing Ampharos and TGH will play out their final game of their set at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So you're not going to want to miss any of the awesome randomizer action happening on, I assume, the Speed Gaming channels. If not, it'll definitely be restreamed on one of the ALTTPR channels. So a lot of good stuff coming. Excited for the future here. And GG's again to both of you guys.
Yep, GG's, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for commentating. Well, everybody who commentated the matches and restreamed. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And with that, I think we're going to wrap things up here. So thanks again for joining me, VTorp.
Absolutely.
And I will, again, as always, allow you the last word, my friend.
Buttons.